M2HB. With something like that in place, your neighbors won't be the only ones avoiding your property, so will any criminals. How else can you react if there's an M2 Browning machine gun set up on your turf? Of course, it's not real weapons, but a replica. Using oxygen and propane to mimic shots, it delivers an incredibly realistic effect. Loud sounds are guaranteed, so even if the area is fenced in and neighbors can't see what's happening, they won't want to peek where chaos is going on. The price of such a toy isn't exactly pleasant. You need to pay $6,134 for a replica of the machine gun. Plus, don't forget about the propane tanks you have to buy separately. However, it's really not necessary to spend that much money to make the neighbors scared. A regular propane torch shaped like a gun already causes some concern. Ultraforce. Mines probably wouldn't come to anyone's mind as a way to deal with neighbors, but in this case, there's nothing illegal about it. An uninvited guest steps onto your property, they get a spray of water right in the face. The desire to drop by unannounced will clearly disappear, and if you use paint instead of water, it'll become even more effective. Overall, the Ultraforce Mine is a good solution that'll give that annoying neighbor a chance to understand that it's better to talk to such an inventive homeowner in person rather than trying to sneak up and pull another prank. By the way, it's really convenient that the company's mines can be quickly and easily set up for action. You install a CO2 cartridge, then add the sprayed substance, and it's ready to go. Signal jammer. The neighbors are making a lot of noise and blasting music. It's not worth going out and dealing with it. It could be unsafe. You can use a more original method. Buy this box, which costs between $1,188 and $1,488. Carefully gather its contents according to the instructions, set it up, and then activate it. The gadget with 22 antennas blocks signals in a range of 33 to 131 feet, which lets you, for instance, restrict TV watching, mess up Wi-Fi connections, disable security cameras, and do plenty of other things to get your neighbors to quiet down. The device works for 1.5 hours. That's definitely enough time to get things done. And if not, you need 3 to 4 hours of charging and you can keep going. Dropster. It's no secret that a lot of folks are using drones for filming these days. Still, drone users might want to see what's going on in your yard. To keep them from invading your privacy, you can use the DropTech gun. You can use it to trap a drone in a net, bringing it down to stop its surveillance, or just those pesky flights over your house. Depending on the model you choose, the perfect range for net shooting is 40 to 89 feet or 59 to 138 feet in the latest, more advanced version. Using the anti-drone weapon from DropTech is super easy and convenient. No complicated actions are needed. Just place the net block, then load a blank round into the pistol, and all that's left is to aim and pull the trigger. Meanwhile, aiming is done using the Meopta Meosight 3 with a red dot, which according to the makers allows you to aim and shoot with your eyes open. FireFly. Need to celebrate a birthday and show the neighbors who's the boss in the neighborhood? Fireworks are a great solution. The flashes are beautiful for everyone celebrating, and at the same time, they're an annoying sight for the neighbors. Plus, you can organize it without any hassle. We take the FireFly system, which is a small box with a bunch of inputs, connect a ton of fireworks to it with connecting cables, and then, without any running around or multiple actions, we trigger the launch through a special app on a tablet or other gadget. The important thing is to stay within about 500 feet. So the celebration will be more memorable for both the celebrators and the neighbors. And if you want the fireworks to create even more of an impression, the FireFly system lets you set up a bunch of extra options. One set costs $232 and contains one main module, 8 3-foot cables, and 7 10-foot cables. Snow machines. Just imagine the neighbors' faces when they see snow falling from the sky on a hot day. No, we won't reveal the secret to controlling the weather. A snowy show can be organized with devices from Snow Business. Here's an example. The SB200W is a machine that shoots snow up to 20 to 23 feet at a 30-degree arc for 90 minutes. And if you add a special booster, it can shoot snow into the air up to 33 to 49 feet. There's also a simpler version called the SB100, which can shoot artificial snow up to 16 feet at a 30-degree arc. There are a few other options that vary in their characteristics, but all of the company's solutions have a really useful feature. They can be switched on and off remotely, which lets you set up a snowfall without drawing too much attention. Eve. This is a great camera that can capture how an unwanted guest breaks into the property. But if that were all, Eve wouldn't have made it into this video. The device from Oz IT has a facial recognition system and AI-based decision-making. And do you know what it might decide when it sees someone who shouldn't be on the premises? Shoot. Paintball pellets can shoot out of Eve along with tear gas canisters, making sure no trespasser ever thinks about sneaking onto the property again. At the moment, Eve isn't up for grabs just yet. It's on a crowdfunding platform. However, you can already pre-order the device for prices from $1,330 to $2,165 depending on the version. Havahart. If paintball pellets with tear gas seem like overkill, there's a simpler and cheaper solution for $70. It's not as effective, but it'll do the job of getting rid of your annoying neighbor. This is a sprinkler, and it's going to spray the guest with water. If someone's in the range of the device, they probably won't enjoy it very much. And to avoid getting caught in the water spray yourself, make sure the sprinkler turns on via remote control. By the way, the solution from Havaheart can work autonomously. Thanks to the built-in infrared sensor that detects heat and triggers the water release, anyone entering the sprinkler's range will get hit with a refreshing spray. Poseidon Aqua 2. The neighbors are still reeling from the unexpected snow. You could hit them with a thick fog. A crafty homeowner could pull this off with these devices. The Poseidon Aqua 2 from Froggy Fog generates enough fog to cover up to 3,000 square feet. At the same time, the fog machine doesn't use cryogenic devices or dry ice. It all works just with special liquid, water, and electricity. The power of the mist output can be adjusted. The same goes for humidity. Settings are easily made using the built-in LCD screen and intuitive controls. In general, devices from Froggy Fog are suitable for both indoor and outdoor areas, and they won't give you a headache. You'll need to pay $2,400 for this original device to fight against the neighbors. V2. On the Ceiling Vibrator Company's website, there's a really telling story. For a while, their client was dealing with depression from all the running, jumping, and moving stuff from the neighbors upstairs. Then he got the company's invention for $169, and it all changed. When the neighbors start causing chaos, the device needs to be set up and then propped against the ceiling, wall, or floor. After that, V2 kicks in, making the neighbors realize that it's time to stop disturbing the lives of those around them. The device vibrates, knocks, or does both at the same time. Depending on how strong the impact needs to be, you can choose from 9 power levels. Also, the V2 can be controlled with a remote, and you can set a timer, which will be really useful when you know what time your neighbors start making a lot of noise. Ball cannons. You can take the idea for a noise barrier from the company Charity Golf Guns, which adds some variety to golf tournaments. Skilled people create guns that shoot golf balls instead of standard projectiles. There are rifles that launch the projectiles from 450 to 750 feet. There are also more powerful cannons that can launch the balls anywhere from 600 to 2,400 feet. Plus, any weapon shoots almost silently as it runs on compressed air, which will be really useful for dealing with neighbors. Instead of golf balls, you can use paintball pellets or something else. At their events, Charity Golf Guns gives out $10,000 or $25,000 for hitting the hole. Of course, fighting the annoying noise beyond the fence won't get you that kind of money, but you can definitely count on a reward in the form of peace and quiet. There are even more original solutions that shoot watermelons and pumpkins, but creating them at home is already harder and sometimes just impossible. This cannon actually weighs 22 tons. Solid rescue. With this kind of screen, you can conceal an important object or even hide from prying eyes. Setting up the solid rescue barrier takes just a few minutes and can be done by one person. It's just as easy to fold it up and store it even in the tiniest space, which will definitely appeal to people living in small homes. If the homeowner gets attacked by neighbors who decide to pelt him with something not too pleasant, the shelter will handle the protective function like a champ since it's made of PVC. And after the attack is over, the solid rescue solution is super easy to clean, which only requires a damp cloth. Lux Panels. Here's another way to protect yourself, but this time from noise. One panel for $215 can significantly improve soundproofing from screams, yells, and a lot more. However, if you have the money, it's better to cover the entire wall with panels, as the effect will be much better. Plus, installing even a large number of panels won't be particularly difficult. The company claims that this product is the perfect DIY project even for beginners. Besides blocking out outside noise, the panels will really enhance the interior, and there are so many different styles and colors to choose from in the company's range. Plus, the panels will increase the fire resistance of the room, as they have a high degree of fire resistance. LaserStrike. No, this isn't an ordinary flashlight. It's a laser used to scare away birds. But it can also be a perfect way to deal with irritating behavior from neighbors. According to the company Portec, which made the device, it can get rid of birds from the property in 3 to 10 days of use. It won't send neighbors packing, but it'll surely encourage some talk. Inside the laser, there's a big and strong diode so you can beam it even in bright sunlight up to 2,000 feet away. The cost of the tool that'll make the neighbors more agreeable is $478. Sunflower. To protect the territory of the house, you can use a beehive just with one bee, but trust me, it'll be enough. The user remotely activates the drone, after which it flies out of its safe spot in 5 seconds and starts scanning the area around the house, which is mapped in 3D. Other than the user activating it, no further action is required. The high-tech device autonomously navigates around obstacles and adjusts its route to avoid collisions and improve future trajectories. A flying drone patrolling the property is something that'll keep you safe from unwanted intruders. However, if someone decides to do so, the drone will spot the guest, record the video, and send it to the homeowner, who will then figure out what to do. By the way, if there are already sensors and cameras around the house, you can connect them to the drone and its storage to improve the protection efficiency. Bird control. Anyone who decides to sneak onto the property without the owner's knowledge might run into a turret like this. The bird control sprinkler is equipped with a motion sensor that detects everything moving within 32 feet in front of the device and 43 feet on the sides. It then starts spraying water at the unwelcome guest. This at least shocks them due to the surprise, and at most makes them run away from the original homeowner's property. It's crucial that the bird control system doesn't require a power outlet. It operates fully autonomously using a solar panel and battery. Thanks to this feature, the $102 device will quickly pay for itself. Wasp Nest Decoy. In the endless battle against annoying neighbors, you can resort to a really original method. Set up a fake wasp nest in your yard. They're made by tons of companies, but it's no secret that it's a simple DIY project you can easily handle yourself. The main thing is for the hive to withstand wind and rain, and of course it should look as close to the natural version as possible. There's no need to worry about efficiency, at least until the neighbors start looking closer and realize there are no wasps at all. It's crucial that the neighbors aren't advocates of this way of dealing with wasp nests. Otherwise, your standoff might turn into a collective effort to extinguish the whole block. MS-32. Today we already talked about how surprised the neighbors will be when they suddenly see snow and fog, but just imagine their reaction when night suddenly turns into day. Sure, the Emelant flashlight won't brighten up the sky, but everything around you within a distance of 1 mile will definitely look like daylight. After all, how could it be otherwise when this beast of a flashlight world is packed with 32 LEDs that can pump out 200,000 lumens at max power? That said, if you don't need such intense measures, you can opt for the standard 40,000 lumen mode or one of many others with even lower power settings. The flashlight has a few downsides. It weighs 6 pounds and doesn't last long in max mode, just 40 minutes, plus it costs $750. WT-1000. You can send this robot to patrol the area. The WT-1000, with its appearance alone, can make people peeking over your fence feel uneasy. And that's before they even know what the robot's capable of. Catching the troublemaker with its security camera, it can make loud noises, spray water at a distance of about 23 to 33 feet, and even throw a net to catch the neighbor who's up to no good again on someone else's property. The WT-1000 does have one problem. It only works properly at temperatures between 23 degrees Fahrenheit and 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Lucky are those living in cold climates. They'll never come across such a robot. Arget. Thanks to this system, you don't have to worry about anyone sneaking onto your property unnoticed. Unmonitored sensors installed around the property create an invisible perimeter. Any breach of this boundary is detected and sent to the homeowner's device. The homeowner will know exactly where the intrusion occurred. An additional feature of this solution is its ability to integrate with other home security systems so that, for example, the police can be alerted immediately when a breach is detected.